Kingsport community gathered to pray for the city's homeless population today. They said finding shelter for these people remains an ongoing problem in the city. That's where we start News Channel 11 at 5 o'clock. I'm Josh Smith.
I'm Sarah Diamond. Local advocates for the homeless say their goal is to create a shelter and a day center in the city. Kaylin Cluck joins us now live from our Kingsport newsroom with more on the obstacles that they face.
Right, finding funding, a location, and getting approval from the city. These are all things the Kingsport Homeless Ministry has to do before a shelter can become a reality.
May those who are homeless today, God, find a place of refuge, God.
A show of compassion for one of the area's most complicated and ongoing issues.
The need's just growing, and we know we need to get this day center and shelter, overnight shelter, up and running.
Kingsport Homeless Ministry Board Chairman Bobby Flowers says funding would come from grants and donations. They have a few possible locations in mind for the shelter, but the process hasn't been easy.
We've been at this now for almost 2 years. That's been one of our big obstacles, where to put this, because quite frankly we get a lot of push from communities anywhere we go.
Michael Gillis, director of Kingsport nonprofit Hunger First, knows how challenging trying to have a shelter can be.
A wall after a wall after a wall after a wall.
City authorities cited Gillis this winter for using his building as a temporary overnight shelter for the homeless, saying Hunger First wasn't up to code and wasn't properly zoned. So Hunger First pursued rezoning, but was ultimately denied last week by the Kingsport BMA.
I feel like I've been duped. Nothing will happen in this city. It is very obvious between me getting voted down, Hunger First, getting voted down in the zoning committee, that nobody wants homeless people here.
Gillis says he supports the homeless ministry pursuing a shelter, but he's skeptical it will happen.
Because they have to go through channels. And again, you have to go through the city.
After years of working with Kingsport's homeless population, Gillis also believes any shelter needs to have low requirements for staying there.
If you say, well, if you're messed up or this and that and the other, you can't come here tonight, then you've defeated your own purpose.
Launch a coalition this year to assist the homeless population, and a social worker and a liaison hired by the city have been working to help some homeless individuals find shelter in hotels during the pandemic. The Kingsport BMA will also hear an update on homelessness at their July 6th meeting. Sarah, Josh.